man. So, um, let's get started on like before you started doing your bid and everything. Let's talk about what your childhood was like.
Uh, Childhood, I think my childhood is pretty similar to a lot of guys. Single single parent household. Uh, a lot of guys that come from where we come from, single
Hmm.
parent household. Mom, trying to raise you. Uh, in a not so great neighborhood.
Yeah.
Uh, one point, like I said, just like a lot of people's situations. Sometimes your family falls victim to the hood, the drugs, so on and
Hmm.
so forth. You know what I'm saying? Then you have uh pretty much the street raising you.
Yeah.
And I can't say the street raised me all the way, 100%, because I was a go to school type of guy.
Hmm.
But at a certain point, I did have to fend for myself, or I felt like I had to fend for myself. And when you're young, it's not like it's a lot of jobs out there, or that you're motivated to even get a regular job. When
Yeah.
you're 14, 15, 16, um, and you try to take the easy way, which winds up being the hard way,
Yeah. For sure. For
right?
sure. So you feel like looking for funds is what got you into your situation, or you feel like were you one of those people that was just like, you know what I'm saying, kind of like, were you one of those kids that just wanted to hop in it for the thrill, or it was just like you just wanted the funds?
Well, I would say is not one or the others. It's pretty much a combination because when you're at that in your teenage years, and I don't care who you are,
Hmm.
most of the time, I'm not gonna say everybody, but most of the time, when you're in your teenage years, you're in trying to impress people mode.
Hmm.
You want to be liked. Uh, and I was no different then. Yeah, I was trying to get funds, trying to get money, but at the same time, I was trying to be cool. What I thought was cool.
Hmm.
Uh, so I thought carrying a gun was cool. I thought selling drugs was cool. Uh, you know, those types of things, and it's it one thing leads to another. It's like you don't come out your house and like, yo, I'm gonna go run down on a store or whatever, and try to take something and lay something down.
Yeah.
That's not how that goes. You start off, like I said, thinking you cool, trying to be cool, uh, and one thing leads to another. You might start off taking stuff that don't belong to you. Uh, and you might go to, seeing people sell drugs. Oh, selling drugs, that's cool. Let me try that. Start selling some drugs,
Yeah.
and maybe the money's not coming fast enough. So you're like, you know what? If you're a real tough guy, you pick up a gun and start sticking people up.
Hmm. So all right, fast forward. You know, uh, you do whatever you did to get in that position. And what was it like? For like, because a lot of people might not have been through that. Um, what was it like when you found out that you was gonna lose like a big portion of your life? And for those who don't know, you did you were incarcerated for about 24 years, or how long?
24 and a half.
24 and a half. Okay, yeah.
24 and a half years.
So you can just talk about that experience, like when it hit you, like, damn, I'm about to lose a quarter of my life
Well,
almost.
I'm gonna tell you something. First, I don't care who you are. Like, when they tell you, yo, 25 to life, it's like, damn, bro. But at that age, I really didn't understand the gravity of it, even though like that was a moment that it's like you understand, but you don't understand. You understand in the sense where, those are words that'll make you cry. You understand what I'm saying?
Facts.
Make you cry, make your mama cry. Everybody who care about you is gonna be,
Mm-hmm.
tears falling, dropping out their eyes. But while you're actually doing the time, like a lot of us, and I was talking to somebody else the other day about this, a
Mm-hmm.
lot of us we play this trick on ourselves in our mind, right? And it's
Yeah.
and it's and it's just, it's for survival. But
Mm-hmm.
the trick that you play on yourself is, yo, I'm gonna get a reversal. I'm do this legal work. I'm be in the law library. I'm gonna put this appeal in or whatever, and I'm gonna get this on appeal. What they shouldn't have did this. I was misrepresented. Everything in the world you can think of
Yeah.
to to make yourself believe I'm not about to do all this time. I'm not about
Mm-hmm.
to do 25 years in here. Cause like think about it. When you go, they send you, to jail or whatever. You in there, and they got a law library there. It's not
Yeah.
like dudes don't get reversals and go home. It's few and far between.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a lot of us have that grandmother that's like, yo, I'm gonna win the lottery,
Mm-hmm.
and she really believed that. So like getting a reversal in the courts on your appeal. It's like more people get that than the lottery. So you're like, all right, all I gotta do is, do my legal work, do my paperwork, stay up on my shit, and I'm gonna be out of here. I might do 10,
Yeah.
I might do 12, 15, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm not doing 25 years to life.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the trick you play on your mind. Is like, but you don't realize that until you got a year left, 2 years left, 3 years left,
Yeah.
and you're like, F it. I'm still alive. I still got my mental faculties. I
Mm-hmm.
I just did 20, 22 years or whatever. The last three, that's whatever. You
Yeah.
know what
So
I'm
pretty
saying?
much, just like you was just keeping hope alive, trying to like reverse the situation, but then at the same time though, um, you ended up doing the whole thing, just kind of playing that mind game, trying to stay strong.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. And
So
that's common right there. That's common.
yeah, yeah. So what was like? So this goes back to that first day, your first day, like incarcerated. What was that like?
First
Like go
day
through that first day.
incarcerated. All right, so I'll tell you like this. First day incarcerated is like that's just jail.
Now, I
And
mean, doing your sentence
so
now,
okay, so
like
like
you went
if
to
you
jail.
up no okay, so you're saying like when you go up north.
Yeah.
So you go up north, and that's like the most dehumanizing thing you can ever go through, I think. Like
Mm,
like one of the most dehumanizing things you can ever go through, because you go in there, you're in the pen or whatever, and the whole thing is to like break you down and shit. So
yeah.
you gotta your clothes that you got arrested with, you go up north with those, but you're gonna have to send those home.
Mm,
So even though they say you got the option, you don't got no option, because they're gonna ask you the same question 3 times until you give them the answer that they want, which is uh send these home or destroy it. And you're like, oh, I wanna send it home. No, you wanna send it home or destroy it? I wanna send it home. You said you wanna destroy it, right?
mm,
Yeah, I wanna destroy it. So it goes in the garbage or whatever they do. I don't care if you had some Jordans that was worth whatever, they're
mm,
gone. Um, then you gotta go get your hair cut. They shave your head off bald, unless you got a court order that
mm.
says you Rastafarian or something like that, and
Yeah.
it's against your religion to cut your hair.
Yeah.
The hair's coming off. Then you go to a shower, big shower area, strip, butt naked. You know what I'm saying? They give you this kind of like shampoo stuff to put in the little bit of hair that you got left, and
Mm,
your pubic hair and all that. To I guess it's like some kind of anti-lice, whatever, just in case you got lice or something like that.
mm,
And then you get hosed down, cold water. Then they take you get fingerprinted, you get photographed for your prison ID. Uh, then either that day or the next, you're getting your state ID number. And your state ID number is going to be the number that they use to identify you because, there's people who are going to have the same name. So what's
Mm-hmm.
going to separate you from them is your state ID number. And then after that, you're going to give you some state issued clothes if you don't already have that already, which is all in New York is all greens with your tag on it up here, like with your name, your first initial, your last name, and then your numbers, which is your DIN, your department identification number.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and then like everybody who did time probably still remember, and not probably does still remember they number 97A 1951. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and it's then after that you're gonna go to the medical and get like a shot for tetanus, and then they're gonna take your blood. In New York, they take your blood because they wanna match your blood, see if it matches any other DNA on any other open cases.
Yeah.
So that's like that's like the rule right there. You can't refuse for them to take your blood. Um, yeah. So when they started doing that, dudes was getting caught up in old cases. So like they'd take their blood and then the DNA matched the case where they had some DNA for some other shit, and now they getting more time.
Yeah. So, how long did it take for you to get settled in? Like for you to, like for it to be like, man, it's just another normal day.
Mm.
Or does it ever get like that? Or it just never get like that?
I don't think it ever gets like that. I don't think it ever gets like that because like you can have days where like and like don't get it twisted like at this point a lot of people know that prison is not so much what you used to see on TV, right? So
Yeah.
they got it's basketball games going on, flag football, stuff, recreational stuff to kind of keep dudes busy and occupied and so they could do their time, and maintain some kind of piece of sanity, but at the same time, crazy shit does go on in there. So like is this at no point can I say that I was like settled in
Mm-hmm.
because you're never relaxed.
Yeah.
You
Exactly.
know what I'm saying? You're never relaxed. Even when you're sleeping, you can go to sleep and you got officers coming around doing a count late at night, doing rounds with a flashlight,
Mm-hmm.
might flash the shit in your eye, might bang on your gate. Oh, I'm just trying to see if you're alive. You're like, I'm fucking asleep. Like, so there's never at any point. If somebody told you they was relaxed in prison, then they got some issues.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's interesting for you to say too because it's not like you had like a short time. You was there for like damn near a quarter. So so like you just the whole time you was just on point.
Yeah, I mean, and like this isn't nothing against anybody, right?
Hmm.
But I mean, there's no buts. There's nothing against anybody.
Yeah.
I will say that when you look at a lot of guys, some of my dearest friends actually too,
Hmm.
who have been incarcerated for long periods of time,
Hmm.
uh, they have battle scars, bro. They got battle scars on their faces, on their bodies, So
Hmm.
it's like, and those are dudes who they wasn't relaxed or whatever. I can't say oh they wasn't on point or whatever.
Hmm.
They was on point, but it's just like
Nigga happen.
yeah, exactly. Anybody could get got. So like it
Yeah.
can happen to anybody.
Hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? But even if like you have dudes that be like, oh, if you don't indulge in any negativity and you mind your business and this and that. No,
Hmm.
bro. It don't matter if you mind your business. It don't.
Yeah.
Sometimes minding your business makes you a target because like you can have somebody who wants to get away from, the population and instead of signing into protective custody, because, That's frowned upon.
Hmm.
He'll pick somebody that he knows is a loner, or nobody really deals with that person, or he stays
Hmm.
with himself, and he'll victimize that person out in the open so that he can go to the box
Yeah.
just to get out of general population. You understand what I'm saying? So like,
Hmm.
that's a situation where, like I said, it doesn't matter if you mind your business. It doesn't matter if you don't bother nobody. That doesn't matter, bro.
Yeah.
That can make you a target sometimes. So, you know,
So, did you join any programs to like pass by your time?
oh, I'm gonna say this, yeah, man. The best program ever,
Hmm.
the best program ever was Bard College, bro.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, you did mention that.
Bard
Um,
College.
yeah, and that's a good segue because you ended up getting your law degree
No,
or
I got a bachelor's degree in
oh
political
bachelor's.
science.
Okay, bachelor's degree in political science. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what's up. So, what was it like going to college, in the state penitentiary?
that shit was like a getaway, bro. It was like a getaway mentally because even though you're incarcerated, you had you're in college. Anybody who's ever went to college knows that that's a hell of an experience as far as like I never before college I never drank coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Never drank coffee.
Facts.
The amazing Mikey. What up, Mikey? Mikey. Uh oh wait. Oh, I know. That's my man I was locked up with, Mikey.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, so like it's like that's like a whole different like a whole different mental space that you put in.
Mm-hmm.
Whole different mental space that you put in. So now, don't get me wrong, you're still incarcerated, you're still in prison, but now you're like you want some next level trying to improve yourself type shit.
Yeah.
So, and it's not like self-improvement, it's it's self-imposed improvement, right? Improvement.
Yeah.
So like the difference would be like where you just reading your own on your own, whatever, trying to be like the autodidact, teach yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Facts. BPI did change our lives. Um, Trying to like do that, but then when you got deadlines, where you got to write papers, or you got midterms, and you got the pressure to do freaking all these pages of reading, and then
Mm-hmm.
class participation, and then senior projects, and then like it's like, all right, I'm so occupied. My mind is so occupied with this positive shit over here. I don't really got time to be in the yard like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't got time to um care about or give a f about who got shot, or who took that phone, or who whatever. I don't got time for that prison politics like that.
Mm-hmm.
Where at one point you told yourself that prison politics mattered because uh your survival depends on it, or I got to use the phone, so I got to know how this is running, and da 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 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A lot of other things that you thought was important become less important, and
Yeah.
then the real shit becomes that's supposed to be important becomes important.
So you felt like college, and prison kind of kept you out the way.
It kept me out of the way of bullshit, and it it gave me it increased my self value. Like,
Oh, okay.
you understand what I'm saying? Like,
You feel like you had
so
something to like live for, like so to speak, or like something to keep you on a positive route.
yeah, something to make me feel like, yo, I know some shit now. Like there's I always say like there's points in your life where you you think you know something,
Mm-hmm.
and then you learn something, and then you learn how much you didn't know. How
Mm-hmm.
much you didn't even know. You know what I'm
Facts.
saying? So like uh some of the skills that I acquired in other programs, like in drafting, architectural drafting, I got a certification in that,
Yeah.
and I'm actually doing that right now while we're talking. I'm still working right here.
Oh, that's dope. Salute, salute, man.
But um the whole, for an example, right? The whole college experience, the whole liberal arts education in particular, actually like put me up on uh the whole slave master, employee, employer,
Mm-hmm.
that whole thing. Like I remember watching or listening to something with Damien Dash on it, and he was like, I think he was on the Breakfast Club or something like that, and they kind of got pissed off at him because he said something about, if you got a boss, you're just a slave.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And he was kind of raw with it, but like he was just breaking down what Karl Marx breaks down, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
if you don't have what they call the means of production meaning the factory, if you don't own the factory
Mm-hmm.
and you're an employee, then all you're doing is making the boss money. So when you make the boss money, the boss, let's say you made the boss $1,000. The
Okay.
boss takes that $1,000 and he gives you $1 and says, "Here's your paycheck."
Yeah.
Right? On a larger scale, the companies make, tens of millions of dollars
Mm-hmm.
and they give you $1,000 paycheck.
Yeah.
But they're only paying you the money that you made for them. And the only difference between you two is they have the factory. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So a lot of us don't want to sacrifice and save our money so that we can get the factory or build the factory. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
So, not to cut you off, but like with that same theory, right? What would you say to people that use a manufacturer? Because in that same scenario, they might not own a factory, but they use a manufacturer. So, I just want to hear you like speak to that.
Okay, so that's part of the chain, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
when you look at some of the old money, like the Rockefellers and the what's that guy's name? Damn. The guy with the railroads, man.
Um.
Carnegie. Carnegie, right? I think it
Mm,
was Carnegie. But they had something called, I believe it was called vertical integration, where
yeah.
it's like they're like, hey, they own the trains and all that. But then they're like, yo, we build the railroads, but we gotta buy steel from the steel factory. All right, let's buy the steel factory.
Facts.
All right, let's buy the mines where they mine the stuff that makes the steel,
Mm-hmm.
right? So I understand what you're saying. Like there's a chain where
Yeah.
like if you own a McDonald's, you still gotta buy the stuff
Meat
that
from
goes into
somebody.
the meat from somebody, right?
Yeah.
Um, so now you're just that's a part of the business plan. That's a part of your fixed cost. You're
Yeah.
still the boss.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? You're still the master,
Exactly.
but you have a fixed cost, which is either your rent or your supplies, or in this case your inventory. You're
Yeah.
right. So you're still the boss. You're just you know you
That's just an
the whole
expense.
thing is you're
Another
not
expense.
working. You're not working for somebody. You're
Exactly.
work. You understand what I'm saying? So you have people working for you. You're
Mm.
you're you're a customer of them, but you're not working for them. So, they don't have any lasso over you, especially in the free market, because you can go to somebody else and get same shit that she was buying from them, you know?
Exactly. Exactly. Not for sure. So, all right. So, how long did it take you to get your degree in prison? Was it the same 4 years, like as if
I,
you were home,
it was
or
a long, grueling 4 years because
yeah,
for some reason, for some reason they think because you're incarcerated that you have more time on your hands than everybody else. Uh,
that's
so
true.
you had professors that would do this thing where they would say, "Oh, you have 50 pages of reading."
You said what? Yeah.
I said, "You have professors that were good for saying you got 50 pages of reading to do for
Hmm.
tomorrow."
Yeah.
So, but what they would do is, uh, we would have readers with Xerox pages on them, So
Mm-hmm.
the Xerox pages would be 2 or 4 pages to one page. So you're not
Mm-hmm.
reading 50 pages, you're reading like 100, 200 pages.
Dang.
They're just shrunken down and they're telling you, oh, whatever. But all in all, it was one of those things where you kind of like gritting your teeth through it, but you look back on it and like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So y'all had a whole graduation and everything too?
Yeah, we had a graduation. Actually, people can go online and see it on BPI graduation 2021, I believe. No, 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 or 2020, I believe. You can go online and check that out. All you got to do is Google BPI, and all the graduations will come up. They also made a documentary called "Prison Behind Bars" on it
Mm.
there, and uh, I don't want to let the cat out the bag too much, but they're supposed to be making a movie off of that.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Yeah, they're
So,
supposed to be making a movie off of that.
you don't gotta say nothing that you feel like you can't speak on,
Yeah.
but what's something like, what's a crazy story behind bars you could tell like the youth that would make them, you know what I'm saying? Um, think twice.
Um. Well, anybody. This is what I used to talk to the. I used to talk to the kids, right?
Mm.
In the program called Youth Assistance Program.
Yeah.
Hey, hey, simple. Um. And so one of the things I used to tell the dudes was I used to be like, hey, you like girls? Yeah, yeah, I like girls. You got a girlfriend? Yeah, okay. Well, if you go to jail, somebody else is gonna be with your girl, number one.
Yeah.
And ain't no girls in here.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So stay up out of here. And even further, if you think you're tough, uh, you got dudes in here that'll try to make you their girl.
Mm.
You understand what I'm saying? So this ain't the place for you. If you like girls and you don't want to have to contend with somebody trying to make you your girl, his girl. You
Facts.
understand? So
Facts.
that's like the most probably heart-wrenching thing that you
Yeah.
can tell a heterosexual male about prison.
Right. So you hear a lot of dudes that like been in your position. They say this. You always hear them say this. I had to change my mentality when I got behind those walls. What do you have to like? You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you say to that? Did you share the same experience, or you feel like you could have been the same you and been through what you've been through?
I think people believe that they have to change their mentality.
Mm.
And that's the whole it's like the Wizard of Oz. Remember the Wizard of Oz story?
Nah, you gotta tell me about that.
So the Wizard of Oz story is like, oh, the Wizard of Oz, he's this big dude and he knows everything, he's wise and he can do this, that, and the third, whatever. And then Dorothy and the lion and the tin man and the straw man and little Toto or whatever, they all make it to the Wizard of Oz. They make it past the gates and they finally make it up there, and they're talking to this big figure. It's like a cloud of smoke and a big, hey, yeah, I'm the Wizard of Oz, whatever. Until one of them notices that there's a man behind the curtain, pulling strings and doing stuff for some big effects.
Mm.
So the Wizard of Oz is not really, yeah, it's there's a man behind the curtain, but it's not the shadowy figure, the thing that we thought was the wizard. All the stories we heard and everything like that
Mm.
about the wizard, okay, that's what we saw when we first got here, but when you really look at it and you see that there's a man behind the curtain, oh, it's that's not really what it is.
Mm.
There's just a dude behind the curtain pulling some strings, pushing buttons, making smoke and making a big face appear and making it talk. Like that's not him. So like prison was the same way, where you have a lot of people that think prison is a certain way, and that because they think prison is a certain way, they feel like they have to be a certain way because
Mm,
they're in prison. You understand what I'm saying? And some people never see that there's a man behind the curtain. Some people are invested in, how that looks, the shadows, so to speak.
mm,
Um, and then in some ways, and I'll give people this when they say that, in some ways, it's a self-fulfilling prophecy for a lot of people because you have so many people that believe in the stories that it becomes kind of true because they're all acting like this. And now it's like,
mm.
damn, do I have to act like this?
Yeah,
But you really don't have to act like this, you know? I had a
right.
dude tell me one time, um, he told me and it's some other guys that I used to hang out with, yo, you guys are y'all a different breed of prisoner. And I'm like,
Mm,
what you mean by that? We a different breed of prisoner. So he's like, nah, I never, I never thought that dudes would be up north doing the types of stuff y'all doing. Dudes is bringing their books and stuff to the yard, with study groups in the yard and shit.
mm,
Like you don't see that on TV, on, no TV show about prison. Like
yeah.
you don't see dudes at a table with their books open debating about Plato and Socrates and all that. You
Mm,
you don't see that. Where you get that from? That don't happen in prison. Yes, it does.
yeah, for sure. So, do you think those people, um, like, they feel like they had to change their mentality because, like, for example, if they were a part of those study groups, that they would look weak. So people tend to not, they tend to act a certain way in fear of looking weak.
Well, let me tell you like this. Some of the toughest dudes, and I don't mean tough like, well, let me rephrase that. Some of the dudes with the most violent history
Hmm.
in prison, I'll say that.
Yeah.
They could pull out their old misbehavior reports where they slash this dude, cut this dude, stab this dude, beat up this dude,
Mm,
and show you. Listen, look at my sheet, look at my all my tickets.
yeah.
Like I'm not that dude no more. But even though they say I'm not that dude no more, don't get it twisted. It's not like they can't go and you
It's not like
know,
they're not capable.
yeah, like they're not capable. Like they can't just go. You know what? I'm gonna come out of retirement for you.
Mm,
You know what I mean? It's not like, and people know that. So you
yeah.
have a lot of instances where a guy will make it into the college program, and like people who really care about him that's in there will be like, yo, somebody they see somebody approach him or whatever. Exactly, Mikey, is evolution. They see somebody approach him on some bullshit, and they'll be like, yo, nah, yo, you know what? Go ahead, go over there. We got this. Yo, what's up, my man? Like, you got a problem
Mm,
with what's up? You got a problem with us? Like,
yeah.
you have dudes that'll see that you on a positive, you're on a positive route. You trying to do what you trying to do. So some good dudes that's still in that lifestyle though will step
Mm,
up and be like, nah, it's not. No, you're not messing up his college thing. You're not messing that up.
exactly. Exactly. So, all right. So you experiencing the things you might have experienced, right? Do you feel like has that ever affected your thoughts on marriage, and is that something that like you look forward to?
Marriage, you said?
Yeah.
I was actually married before when I was in there.
Or you got
Uh,
married in there, or like you was already before you did your time, you was married already?
nah, I got married while I was in there, and
Mm,
we got divorced before I got out though. Um, we're still friends. She and I are still friends. Uh, but marriage as a free man, uh, like I know a lot of guys that get married while they're in there,
yeah.
and they come home and they're still married. And I used to joke with them and say, I'm gonna be, you're gonna be free when you get out, but I'm gonna be scot free. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
well,
So
nah, I
like,
feel you. So,
So,
hold up. I want to go back to what you said earlier. So you got married in prison, and then you got divorced before you got out. So would you say that was kind of like, you know what I'm saying? That was just like, to kind of hold you over during your time, or was it like, or you really was like really into that? You was really into that marriage.
I'll say like this. I'll say like in the beginning, it was just for that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm,
so you can uh have that one-on-one time. I'll say with a female. Um, but in the long run, it's like we was more like friends. You understand what I'm saying?
mm,
So like, that was something was like we tried it out, but it's better as a friendship. So it wasn't like, oh, get married and then all right, we done.
yeah,
I'm getting out. Nothing like that, because we got divorced a very long time before, I got out.
yeah. So it sounds like by you being free, and so it sounds like as a free man, you not really that's not really something that you into.
No, I mean, if somebody the right one comes along or whatever, that's, it happens, but I'm not looking for it.
Facts, facts for
Cause
sure.
like I think when you're looking for it, that's not something you find. I think that's something that finds
Facts,
you.
facts for sure. Nah,
Um,
I agree with you on that one. Um, what was like what did you do to keep your spirits up during those days where you wasn't like where you wasn't really feeling it?
oh man, there's different things at different times, man. So like, uh, working out was the biggest thing,
Yeah, for sure.
and that's the biggest thing for a lot of people, I think.
Hmm. Even people
For
that's
you,
free.
yeah, keeping your sanity. Uh, this dude, I remember one time they were gonna take the weights away. They were talking about taking the weights away
Mm,
in New York State prisons because they had, some incidents where some dudes are losing their lives because, dudes are
yeah.
using the weights as weapons
Mm,
and killing people. But I was like, yo, listen, man, y'all take the weights away, it's gonna get worse because like if you think about it, the people that work in there, this was my point, is the people
mm,
that work in there versus the people that live there, right? Us, the people that live there.
mm,
And this isn't like a threat against nobody or nothing, but it's just the truth that the people that live there allow the people that work there to go home every night.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because
mm,
you don't know what anybody can do at any given moment. Like
mm.
dude could have a bad phone call with his wife or whatever, whoever's, and and you talk to him wrong that day, and then you end up with something hanging out your neck.
Yeah.
And instead of something hanging out your neck, that same dude is like, you know what? Let me go hit them weights.
Mm,
You understand what I'm saying? So now there's like a positive, so to speak, positive outlet, a cathartic release for somebody to, you know, get some of that stress off their mind, or because for a lot of people, working out is like a meditation kind of thing. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm,
Uh, but yeah, man, working out that was the number one. Then other recreational stuff that people do, play cards. I wasn't a fan of sports like basketball and stuff like that. You got dudes
mm,
playing basketball. Some
yeah.
prisons like don't play basketball in them jails because it's somebody gonna end up fighting somebody. And
Yeah.
I was actually joking with my one of my family today about that. I was like, yo,
Yeah.
he was like, basketball. I was like, nah, because if you hit me while we playing ball, you can't tell me I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So
So
let's
like
not even.
so if you were to foul somebody hard, they not gonna take it like you know how like on the street scene, you know what I'm saying, you playing pickup, you foul somebody hard, you could be like, oh my man, you know what I'm saying, you could be like my bad, but you feel like you probably like seen that shit go left.
Hell yeah, man, that shit go left. I saw dudes foul like a couple times, oh yeah, my bad, da da da, da. And they it's like they were squashing it, and someone went to go
Hmm.
shake his hand, grabbed his hand, and tried to swing at him.
Hmm.
The other dude ducked and just like finished, like dogged him. But all from a
Dang.
freaking basketball game, from them
Yeah.
somebody fouling somebody because he too nice and all that, whatever.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Dang.
Oh, my man, Mikey mentioned Magic cards. We used to play Magic the Gathering in there.
Oh
Bunch of
yeah, for
geek,
sure.
bunch of geeks playing. Tough and hardened criminals playing Magic.
Oh no, for sure. So, what's one thing that people always misunderstand about you?
Oh, about me,
Yeah, like what
personally,
would you say? Hmm.
I think because I joke around a lot.
Hmm.
Um, so when you joke around a lot, because I don't like being like stone face serious. I'm not the stone face serious dude. Like
Yeah.
I like to laugh. I like to have fun. I like to, make light of things and whatever. So when you do that probably a little too much, people think uh they can take advantage of you,
Yeah.
So don't misunderstand that, though. Because
Yeah.
if I ever find out that, you know, you tried to take advantage or you took advantage of me.
For sure. So, so you went in pretty young, right? So, um, you was like, I don't know if I remember correctly, you was 16?
16.
Yeah, 16, 16. So do you feel like, um, because of that time that you went in, you feel like you was robbed of your childhood?
I would Yeah, I would say yes, only because I don't think I should have been sentenced to so much time, right? So
Hmm.
like my man, the amazing Mikey Mike over here, he went in when he was young also.
Hmm.
So I think he was 17 probably, or something like that. He was young also. So what doesn't make sense to me is you have in New York State, I can't contract, marry, join the military. I can't buy a pack of cigarettes. I can't buy alcohol. I can't, there's all these things. Okay, 17th birthday. There's all these things that I cannot do. The law says I can't do them. Why? Because I'm not mature enough to make
Hmm.
these decisions. You understand what I'm saying? This is what the law says. However, if I make a bad decision
Hmm.
criminally, you're going to treat me like a grown ass man.
Hmm.
You're gonna treat me like a grown ass man, and I'm gonna get grown man time
Hmm.
in prison. So like, one of these judges, I forget who it was. I read it in a law journal a long time ago. He said something to the effect that it seems unfair that an adolescent be would not be privy to the fruits of the law, but would be subject to all of its thorns or something like that, right?
Hmm.
So like we can't receive any of the benefits from being older, but if we do something wrong, you're going to get punished for it as if you were older,
Yeah.
right? And then they have the science that says that your brain isn't developed. An adolescent isn't as developed. Brain isn't as developed as an adult brain, right? You know
Hmm.
that just from science.
Yeah.
Um, Yet you would still punish us the same as you would, and then just to state facts here,
Yeah.
most of the people that become incarcerated look like me, you know
Hmm.
uh so why wouldn't the law say, okay, at this age, get them young? Because
Hmm.
you and I know the law isn't designed for people of color. Mike is over here citing cases and shit.
Yeah.
Mike, you ain't in the law library no more, man.
Dang, nah, that just made me think of something right now. Um, what was it like celebrating your 21st birthday in there?
Oh man, a lot of the times, it's different for different people. But
Mm-hmm.
for me, it was just the Thursday or whatever day it was.
Yeah.
Like when Christmas comes around, like it's just
Mm-hmm. Another day.
Friday, whatever day it was, like because I don't want to think about that. But you do have instances where, your family comes up and whatever, you get a visit, whatever. But actually, now that I think about it, 21st birthday, that's when I think I got married then, or close to there.
Oh, that's when you got married.
Yeah, I think that was when I got married. Sheesh. Yeah,
All right.
man.
What's
Shout
one
out to
thing?
yo, wait.
Oh, for
Shout
sure.
out to my boys making the hustling is a virtue t-shirt though, bro.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Check that out.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway, yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
So, this is what I was gonna ask you. Um, what is? Hold on. Is this right? Nah, I was gonna say, what is like one thing that you don't like about the world?
I don't like the fakery, bro. I don't like the fakery. I wish everybody could just be honest and be like, yo, your breath stinks. You need a
Mm,
mitt. Like,
yeah.
like it, okay, so I'm in the business of independent contracting, right?
Mm, mm,
So a lot of times people will try to make things sound like, oh yeah, I can do this or I can do that or uh it's just a lot of fake bull crap that goes on in the world, period, man, with
yeah.
everything. With the politicians, with regular people,
Mm,
like just keep it a buck. It's like sometimes you have, and I was telling my brother about this, sometimes you have people that, like, guys are notorious for this. And sorry
mm,
guys, but this is what it is.
mm,
They'll be like, oh, no, no, she's cheating on me, da, 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 she's cheating on me, whatever, whatever. And if she is and she ain't, whatever, you didn't catch her cheating. But
mm,
you be doing the most. You
yeah.
be doing the most, but yet you're gonna talk about, yo, what's she doing?
Yeah. Oh, so that just made me think of this. That this is normally what I ask people. Too. I want to see what you're gonna say. Would you forgive your girl if she cheated on you?
Mm. It depends on with who.
It depends on with who.
Yeah,
So
because if she
speak.
cheated
Speak
on
on
me,
that.
if she cheated on me with like my brother or some shit, I'm like, nah, I
Nah,
can't.
not your brother. Let's just say, you don't even know, dude.
Oh, if I don't know him, then
Yeah, but you know what happened though.
yeah, it's gonna depend on the circumstances. Like if she cheated and she trying to get me to forgive her though, like that you talking about?
Nah, like yeah, she cheated and she down to stay with you, but she cheated. You either gonna you either could forgive her and keep it going, or you could be like, nah, you cheated on me, I'm out. It's done.
Nah, I look at it like this. If she cheated and like I'm really feeling her like that, like we was really whatever, and she
Mm-hmm.
had a weak moment, and it also depends on how I found out.
Mm-hmm.
If she the one that told me about it, that's gonna help the situation.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna help the situation. But
Okay.
uh, that's a hard one, bro, because that's like it depends on mad shit. It depends on mad shit. Like I don't want to know the details of how they did what they did, none of that, because that's gonna not play in her favor.
Yeah. So this is what I want to know. How would you know that it's a weak moment? Cause those circumstances is in like you know what I'm saying, like realistically speaking, it's hard to know if it was just a weak moment. It's hard to know if like she been, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, but like if it is hard to know. That's where like honesty come in. So like if they
Yeah.
knew each other, let's say like females be having male friends, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like I
Yeah.
got female friends,
Mm-hmm.
and there's been times when some of my female friends, like, cause I don't drink, I don't smoke, and none of that. and
Mhm.
they like, yo, could you come pick us up? Da 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 da. Da. Nobody could drive, so
Mhm.
I'll go and pick them up or whatever. And she the last one in the car,
Mhm.
and she's like, yo, what's up? Whatever, trying to get with me, like trying
Mhm.
to like trying to smash or something. But
Mhm.
we mind you, we friends. If 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 I'm single, whatever. But if I'm with somebody, I'm nah. I got a girl. I can't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But some dudes would be like, man, fuck that. I'm hit this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And then that's what I call like that's a weak moment.
Yeah.
But
Okay. Okay.
if you like did some slick shit and you orchestrated, oh, he's gonna be at work at this time and da 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 da, yo, and you can come over and he ain't gonna, that type of shit.
Yeah.
Nah, because
Nah.
now you done orchestrated this whole thing, and this is bigger than Nino Brown now because like you being slick, you know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And if you being slick, like what else could you be slick about?
Okay. Nah, I see what you're saying. So for you, it's more so about the betrayal behind it. So I see what you're saying now. Like when you say
Hmm.
weak moment, it was just like, all right, it just happened.
Hmm.
Okay. Nah, cause I asked somebody else this, and then their whole thing was like, um, he gonna be doing what he's doing. So he's like, if I'm doing it, then I can't trip if you did it. But in your scenario, you would be the faithful one. You're expecting her to be faithful, but you was so even though you're being faithful, you was still forgiven because it was a weak moment, pretty much.
Yeah, if it was a weak moment, if I determined, because this is gonna be like a whole investigation behind this shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But based on like your analysis, if it was a weak moment, like, you know what I'm saying? Nah,
Yeah,
that makes sense. I
yeah,
see
if it
what
was a
you're
weak
saying.
moment, it's gonna be, and then I'm gonna be like, yeah, that dude, you don't talk to him or nothing no more, right? Like
Mm,
nothing.
nah,
All
for
right,
sure.
all right, simple. Good night, simple. But yeah, man, like that's another thing that be tripping me out. Like dudes that cheat expect
Hmm.
to be forgiven, but if they woman cheated, they wouldn't forgive her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like me, I don't think I wouldn't try to cheat, whatever. But like, you a better man than me. I wouldn't be able to forgive it. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me see.
Yeah, that's because you always be you always be thinking about it.
Yeah,
You always be like,
yeah,
you be like, yo, that's like, you ever see that shit with what's his name? Eddie Murphy back in the days. I think it was Eddie Murphy Raw. He was like, yo, man. He was like, he said when men cheat,
yeah.
it's different than when women cheat. Because when men cheat, she can catch you in the act or whatever. You run down the street butt naked, talking
Mm-hmm.
about, yeah, I fucked her, but I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He said, yo, your woman cheat on you. She don't ask you. She don't ask you, do you love her? You be
Mm-hmm.
like, the dude asked the chick, did you suck his dick? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
because if you get that visual, that's why I said I don't want to know nothing about the specifics. If you get that visual, you be like, yo, I can't fuck mess with this chick no more, because you,
Hell yeah,
you
cause
because
then
you
you
feel
be
like you kissing her, you feel like, oh
exactly.
man, bro. But
Yeah,
think
and then
about it, every chick that you get with though,
mm-hmm.
pretty much because they grown, every
Yeah.
chick that you get with, and call me stereotyping, whatever, but
Uh-huh.
they done had something in their mouth. So, bro, like, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, yeah, nah, yeah, that's true. Cause unless you believe her if she tell you that she a virgin when you meet her and she like 26, you know what I'm saying? But nah, you know what I'm saying? That's true though.
Yeah, man. So, like, what are we really, how, you're fooling yourself if you think something. That's like when dudes, when I was in there, you had dudes is like, you got a girl or whatever that's on the outside, you on the phone with her. Um, this chick that I used to mess with used to
Mm-hmm.
tell me how other chicks be on the phone with their dudes, and they know like, all right, they all dressed to go out, but none of them going out until 10 after 10:30. Ten
Mm.
thirty is lock-in time.
Yeah.
They know like once dude is locked in, all right, he can't get on the phone, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit the club. I'm gonna do whatever I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
nah. And that's one thing too. Like, you can't be doing a crazy amount of time and be thinking that your girl is, you know what I'm saying, got the
Yeah,
box
listen,
locked up.
bro.
You know what I'm
Word
saying?
up, man.
Yeah.
I mean, cause think about it. If she was locked up,
Yeah.
would you would you be like,
Yeah. Yeah. I think if you got anything over a year, dog, you can't be expecting that. And even yeah, and then if she do it for like a year, then you know what I'm saying,
yeah?
then that's what's up. But
So like even think about that, right? You got dudes is like, yo, would you forgive her if she cheated, whatever, whatever, whatever. You got dudes that's married that's locked up.
mhm,
That's your wife. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? That's your wife. So you got 20 years, 15 years, whatever. You think that those little trailer visits, I don't know, every 60, 90 days, whatever it is, you
mhm,
think that's it? No, that's not it,
yeah,
bro. Come on.
not facts. And even girls be having a man in the military and they be married and they can't even hold it down because he ain't, you know what I'm saying, he fighting the war and shit. And he gone for like, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, mad long. So like, I mean, not as long as dudes incarcerated, but
But still,
still,
even
it's
then
like,
they doing it.
yeah, yeah. If you ever see that movie, it's based on a book called Jarhead,
Mm,
and his wife was so mad about him cheating while he was home, because when he was home, he was fucking cheating and shit. So she sent this motherfucker a videotape
mm,
of her banging the neighbor on the couch in their
mm.
living room. So like I was like, damn, bro, and that's like based